We are finding what are the main characteristic curves for case 1 keeping it constant. So this is the table format available to find what is the overall efficiency of the Pelton turbine. Overall efficiency, it is the ratio of output divided by input. Output is that is in the form of power, that is a shock power divided by water power, right? So it gives the efficiency of this Pelton, the overall efficiency. In general, efficiency is ratio of output divided by input. It may be a mechanical efficiency or hydraulic efficiency or combination of these two. Mechanical multiplied by hydraulic efficiency gives the overall efficiency of the turbine. So once knowing the efficiency, so we are finding various parameters such as unit speed, unit power and unit discharge. For a known discharge of water we are supplying on the turbine runner. As you know, runner is a circular disc to which number of evenly spaced number of buckets or vanes are mounted. So these vanes or buckets are in the shape of double semi-ellipsoidal cups. Jet of water emerging from nozzles like the splitter splits the jet into equal parts. Depending upon the force to which these series of vanes are subjected, we can expect the speed of the runner. So for the known quantity here in the first trial, so we can have the speed n. So knowing speed n, so we can have the efficiency by knowing output and input on the turbine runner. So this is the table 7. Here we are finding the efficiency of a Pelton turbine. As we know, turbine is a hydraulic machine which converts hydraulic energy into mechanical energy. Same time, later on, so we can use these machines to convert mechanical energy to electrical energy. So once a generator is coupled to hydraulic machine. So Pelton turbine is an example for a tangential flow impulse turbine, and also it is sometimes used to call head turbine. Head available at the inlet of turbine is when it is having more head. So in that case, on Pelton turbine, these are the characteristic curves what we have. Figure here represents unit speed versus unit discharge for different gate valve opening. So this is for 1/4, half, 3/4 and full gate valve opening. So coming to the second figure, so here plot is made between unit speed versus unit power. For different gate valve openings, 1/4, half, 3/4 and full gate opening. So these are the plots what we have for the case constant head. Coming to third figure is here. A plot is made taking unit speed along the x-axis and overall efficiency y-axis for different gate valve openings. So these are the plots. Right? So today we are conducting an experiment on Pelton wheel to know the operating characteristics and the main characteristics on Pelton wheel. So as you know, Pelton wheel is a tangential flow impulse turbine. So in the case of a Pelton wheel, the energy available at inlet is only kinetic energy. See, inlet and outlet of the Pelton wheel always exposed to air pressure, means atmospheric pressure, so will be prevailing over inlet and outlet of the Pelton wheel. See, if the head available at the inlet is very low, so in case, so we are going for Pelton turbine. As the definition says, a turbine is a hydraulic machine which converts hydraulic energy into mechanical energy. Make use of so this turbine, so we can convert so this mechanical energy into electrical energy in general. Now here in the laboratory, right, setup consists of a sump tank, so monoblock centrifugal pump, penstock fitted with a venturimeter, right. So coming to the other side, here we have a spear valve mechanism, a turbine runner fitted with enclosed with a casing. So these are the main component parts of an hydraulic turbine said to be a Pelton wheel. Okay. Now here, so what is the quantity of water which is right? So available at the inlet of the Pelton turbine in the penstock fitted with a venturimeter, right? So venturimeter is one device which is being used to measure the total quantity of water available on the turbine runner. Coming to spear valve mechanism, inside the spear valve mechanism, so a Pelton wheel having a jet, right? So once the quantity of water available here in the spear mechanism, right? So here jet of water impinges on the series of vanes. Here in the case of a Pelton runner is a circular disc to which number of evenly spaced buckets, nothing but vanes are mounted. Each bucket is divided into two parts by means of a splitter. So the shape of these bucket or vanes are in the shape of semi-ellipsoidal cups. Jet of water emerging from the nozzle striking the series of buckets or vanes what we have on the periphery of the runner. Jet of water strikes at splitter, splits the jet into two equal parts. The amount of quantity of water which is available on the turbine runner, so we can expect the speed, right? Now here in the setup, this is the shaft of the turbine wheel at the Pelton turbine, right? So to sense, right here, to sense the speed of the turbine runner, sensor is fitted here. Okay. So as we know, whenever the quantity of water is allowed to flow through this venturimeter, there will be a reduction in the cross-sectional area of flow. At inlet, the dia will be equal to dia of the penstock. Right? The cross-sectional area of this right venturimeter goes on reducing. Right? See, venturimeter is having three parts. This is right convergent, throat, and divergent. So in the case of right venturimeter, the length of the divergent is always more than the length of the convergent to avoid the eddies formation here in this device. So make use of this one so we can calculate. So what is the total quantity of water available at the turbine runner? Okay, see here we have a right inlet and outlet. At inlet and outlet, the pressure gauges are mounted. Right, so you can see this is on panel board. So panel board consists of the pressure gauges at inlet, outlet, and the vacuum pressure. Okay, right? Okay, so this is the indicator of what we have. So which indicates the speed of the runner depending upon the quantity of water available on the turbine runner. So this is the main component parts what we have here. Okay.